I pay my solemn obeisance to all the viewers and listeners. Dear viewers, in previous two videos of Rasayana, we dealt with rasanandayoga, definition of rasa, vata, pitta and kapha nature, and 6 tests that is called rasa, and the diseases and the cure by just altering your food nature and your thought and speech. Thought and speech also influenced by these 6 tastes, that is sour, salty, sweet, astringent, bitter and pungent. So these 6 tastes are of very importance, and medicines had been made just by keeping in the view all these 6 tastes, just by balancing the 6 tastes. And Ayurveda is giving us the different yoga, means different admixtures of different medicinal herbs. The medicinal herbs, though Ayurveda says that there is nothing in this world which cannot be used as medicine, means all things could be used as medicine. It depends upon our knowledge. So everything is medicine and everything is poison also, in a particular proportion and in a particular situation. So we discussed about vata, pitta and kapha in detail. Just some leftover things I would like to speak in few minutes. Vata could be controlled by oil, especially castor oil. Though all the oils used to control this, but castor oil, the most prominent in controlling vata. It not only controls internal vata, but also external vata. Means if you have any gaseous problem, just few drops of castor regularly, 1 to 2 drops of castor oil regularly would cure your arthritis, gout, constant gas troubles, excessive thinking problem, excessive depression, anorexia, like that. There are other also many things, other herbal medicines like Devadara, which is called cedrus. So cedrus also has the attribute of alleviating from vata dosha. Now pitta dosha, means if you have a abnormality in pitta, clarified butter of Indian cow, though clarified butter would decrease pitta, but if clarified butter is of Indian cow, this is why I am stressing on Indian cow, because Indian cow has different nature than Western cow. At this moment, I am not going to give any description on this, but the only thing I would like to say that the ghrita which is praised in Ayurveda, that ghrita, that clarified butter is only of Indian cow. The other things which could cure pitta problem is sandalwood, rose, petals of rose, and brahmi and sankhpuspe. These medicinal herbs, they could cure pitta problem. Excessive pitta, they could be cured by these things. So if you are suffering from kapha disease, means asthma, bronchitis, pleurosis, or cold fever, sneezing, pneumonia, influenza, they could be cured only by honey, just by honey. Though there are also other things like black pepper and betel leaf and betel nut, they also add to the value of honey. But if you would take honey with these things, then your kapha problem would be finished. And similarly, in Ayurveda, it is mentioned that curd and horse bean, they increases vata. So there are many things which increases vata. So for the example, it is given that curd and vata and horse bean, they increases vata. Means if you are suffering from arthritis, gout problem, you should not eat horse bean or curd. You should not eat curd if you are suffering from cough problem. So, if you are suffering from cough problem, you should better leave dairy products. Milk would increase your cough problem. Curd would also increase your cough problem. Cold drinks, all the sweet things would increase your cough problem. Similarly, if there is pitta problem, you should not, this pitta problem, chili and black pepper, ginger, they would increase your pitta problem. So you should remain away from these things. You should not take these things. So these are some instructions which are given in Ayurveda. Now I would like to give some compositions and mixtures of Rasayana which are very popular in Ayurveda. So one is called Trifla Rasayana. Trifla Rasayana. Trifla means triple fruits. And triple fruits means Amla, Haritaki, and Vivitaka. Amla, Harad, and Baheda also. It is called Amla, Harad, Baheda. This is Trifla. This is very good Rasayana, and you could take it for your whole life. There is no problem. It would increase substance within you, and you would always be healthy. This is the quality of Triphala. Similarly, there is one Rasayana mixture which is very much popular in Ayurveda. This is Giloy, Gokharu, and Avla. Avla means Imbelica, and Giloy, I think it is Tinnophora, and Gokharu, at present I am not knowing the English of this Gokharu, but in Sanskrit it is Gokharu. So these three combinations, Giloy, Gokharu, and Avla. If you would search in Google, you would get the English name of Gokharu. These three things would make a great Rasayana. Another is Bhringaraj Rasayana, Eclipta alba. And this is botanical name, Eclipta alba, Bhringaraj Rasayana. This is also a very good thing for increasing your mind power, for memory enhancement, and for depression, and for sleeplessness. If you are suffering from sleeplessness, Bhringaraj Rasayana would work. If your hairs are falling or graying, this is also very good. And one is Ashwagandha Rasayana. This is also very good for those who are suffering from weakness, whether physical or sexual or mental. This is very good Rasayana, Ashwagandha Rasayana. Those who are suffering from cancer or suffering from asthma, bronchitis, they could also take, or suffering from epilepsy, brain tumor, brain cancer, they could also take. If you are suffering from paralysis, this is also a good thing. Then another Rasayana, Vriddhadarak Rasayana. This is also a very good thing for mind power. And one Rasayana is Kinsukchar Pippali Rasayana. This is also very good for asthmatic person and suffering from diabetes or mental problem. If you have any mental problem of any nature, this would help you. Then Amlaki Rasayan. Next is Amlaki Rasayan. This is very good for those who are suffering from jaundice and heart disease and skin disease anorexia, fever. And another next is Makar Dhwaj Rasayana. This is very popular for those who are suffering from sexual weakness or sexual diseases of any nature. Whether sperm counting is low or sperm motility is low, or there is erection problem in male, or in female there is leukorrhea problem or disturbance in menstrual cycle. This is very good. Makar Dhwaj Rasayana. This is also very good for those who have mental illness. There is also a Bala Mool Rasayana. This is also very important for those who are suffering from weakness, sexual weakness or physical weakness or mental weakness. Similarly, there is one more Rasayana, that is Brahma Grit Rasayana, very good for mental problems or depression, schizophrenia, Parkinson disease, epilepsy, there is one more Rasayana that is called Brahma Rasayana. This is also very good for those who are suffering from mental problems. And there is one more Rasayana, Varahikanda Rasayana, very good for sexual problem and physical problem also. One is Shilajit Rasayana. This is very popular Rasayana for diabetes, for cancer and for sexual disease. Especially if you have problem of erection in male and sexual uninterestedness in female, or very early discharge problem in male. Shilajit Rasayana is very good. Then one more Rasayana is Vach Rasayana, very good for mental problem. Til Rasayana, very good for skin diseases, for hair, for depression. Then there is Dhatri Adi Rasayana. This is also very good for mental problem, for heart problem, as well as kidney problem. Somraji Rasayana, it is very good for mental problem, for excessive heartbeat, for weakness, physical or sexual. Amlakayash Brahma Rasayana, this is very good for jaundice, very good for bile problem and skin disease also. Pippali Rasayana, next is Pippali Rasayana. This Pippali Rasayana is very good for lung problem and voice problem. If you have hoarse voice, then this would give you relax session. If you are suffering from asthma, bronchitis, cold fever, this would also give a relaxation. One is Gandhak Rasayana. Gandhak, this is the sulfur. So this is very powerful for all the diseases, especially skin diseases. And one more is Parat Rasayana, that is mercury Rasayana. And though mercury is very dangerous, poisonous, but this is the epitome of Ayurveda. His made even mercury, the poison, nectar, medicine. Converted this into medicine. Parat Rasayana. This is very much powerful for all the diseases. If you take in a good proportion, means exact proportion, it would cure all the diseases. And one more is Vardhaman Pipali Rasayana, that is the advanced version of Pipali Rasayana, which previously I told you. So these are the Rasayanas which you could take and cure yourself. You could live long, you would become healthy. So longevity would be provided by using these rasayanas. Now, one more aspect of rasayana I would like to give you, which generally you would not find because it is the aspect of yoga. In yoga, rasayana is a very mystic thing, and very secretive also, because very few people know the use of rasa in yoga, how longevity would increase, how we would increase particular type of rasa. So one rasa is what we used to taste by our tongue and mind interaction complex. Another and more deep is what we would activate, how we would activate our Swadhisthana and Manipurak chakra, that is hypogastrics and solar plexus. This hypogastric and solar plexus, these two plexuses, these two chakras, they are very much responsible for inner generation of rasa, so that we could realize rasanandayoga. Our longevity resides in these two chakras, the activation of these two activation, and that too in positive way. These two chakras, these two plexuses, they could be activated in negative also, and in that sense we would fall from our normal position. So if you want to advance from the normal position in positive sense, we should activate our Manipurak and Swadhisthana chakra. Then rasa would generate. How we could increase? There are some yogasana. There are some asana, means posture, yogic postures, which you should adopt so that rasananda yoga could be realized. Rasa would increase within you. You would get the substance of the life. You would be spiritual. You would live long. All the diseases would be cured. So what are those yogasana? I would like to mention here, though I would not demonstrate it. You should go and look these asanas in my playlist. In the playlist, you would search and you would find all these asanas. One is Vrattasana, another is Janubhalasana, another is Kapotasana, and another is Purna Paschimottanasana, Nabhyasan, Purna Dhanurasan, Hindolasan, Purna Salavhasan, Parsav Chalanasan, Pinda Mardanasan, Udar Mushtikasan. If you would perform, if you regularly practice these asanas, Rasananda yoga would become active. So you should, if you want to realize Rasananda yoga, you should regularly practice these asanas for 3 minutes daily in the morning. And some bandha and pranayama. One pranayama is Agnisar, one kriya is Nali kriya, another bandha is Uddiyana bandha, one pranayama is Kapalabhati, and one is Saral pranayam. These pranayams would activate your navel chakra, navel plexus, that is solar plexus, and Swadhisthana chakra, hypogastric plexus. And by following these chakras, by activating these chakras, by following the pranayams, bandha, kriya and yogasana, you would able to activate solar plexus as well as hypogastric plexus. And now, by performing dharana, means concentration, by following concentration practices, you could also activate this solar plexus and even gastric plexus, hypogastric plexus, sorry. And by meditating, you could also activate very deeply. So if you are not able to meditate, then you should do concentration exercises, concentration practices, and pranayam and asana. I have uploaded many videos on meditation. If you would go in playlist, you should open sadhana, and within sadhana playlist you would get all the meditation practices. And I hope you do and you realize Rasananda yoga. Om.